Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, Kentucky participates in the SEC's annual preseason football media event. Sports Director Armando Berry joins us with a recap. And the Department of Justice wants no prison time for a former Louisville police officer involved in the raid connected to Breonna Taylor's death.
And we're still watching as those scattered showers and storms dump rainfall across eastern Kentucky.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We've had a few strong to severe storms pop up this afternoon, mainly to the north, and a flood watch has now been extended for many through tomorrow evening. First Alert meteorologist Megan Dusmal has the latest on this First Alert weather day. Megan.
That's right. We're under that flood watch for majority of the WYMT viewing area. There's only one exception as you travel towards Wayne County, Kentucky. You can get more information on WYMT.com/alerts. Now let's talk about the warnings that we do have in place. We have 2 flood warnings as you travel towards more of our northern portions of the region in Rowan County as well as Lawrence County. Now the rain is just a little bit south of that at this point. We're continue to see that move, but these are slow moving storms. That's why we're tracking those chances for flooding so close, because of how much water it's dumping and how little it is moving. Now temperatures right now are sitting in a mixture of those 80s, and we'll continue to see those temperatures cooling down overnight. And for where the places the rain is right now, you'll see a little bit cooler temperatures than the rest of the region. Steve.
All right, Megan, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you. The final day of SEC Media Days has arrived. The Kentucky football team took the podium earlier today. For more about that, WYMT Sports Director Armando Berry joins us with our Big Blue coverage. Armando.
Hey, Steve. It was finally UK's turn to talk at SEC Football Media Days in Atlanta. For Mark Stoops, this year marks his 13th season leading the Wildcats, making him the longest tenured coach in the Southeastern Conference football-wise. He does not take that for granted after a down year in 2024. However, Stoops and the Wildcats are ready to move forward and dive into the challenge that comes with finding a way to win again in the SEC.
You know, it's really just, excited about the opportunity, really diving into the challenge that lies ahead of us and embracing that and having fun with it, because, this is hard.
A lot more to come SEC coverage-wise from SEC Football Media Days. We're going to check in with Brian Milam, who was in Atlanta for the event. He will break down the Kentucky offense in just a few minutes. Our SEC Media Day special is also airing at 9 p.m. right here on WYMT. Steve.
All right. Armando, thank you. A woman was arrested after neglecting a box of kittens in Bell County. Jessica Belcher is charged with animal cruelty after reportedly leaving a box of kittens in the RJ area. Deputies with the sheriff's office say a woman found 6 kittens and the box they were in. Police were able to track down Belcher after discovering the box had a label with her name on it. Officers arrested Belcher at her home. A London woman was arrested after she was accused of assaulting a minor. Police were called to a home on Cassidy Road last night. After an investigation, police say Ashley Stewart had pushed and hit the minor. Police say Stewart was under the influence. She was charged with assault and disorderly conduct. Stewart was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Also in Laurel County, London police say they arrested a man who they say was trying to pass forged checks at a home improvement store. When police got to Lowe's, they say David Ray Robinson tried to evade them. Police say Robinson was later arrested in a brushy area behind the store. The Department of Justice is not requesting prison time for Brent Hankison in connection to the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. The former Louisville Metro Police Department officer was found guilty of violating Taylor's civil rights when he entered her home during a botched raid in 2020. He did not shoot her, but did fire his weapon into her apartment. Some of the bullets went into her neighbor's apartment. A man accused of killing 1 teen and injuring 2 others during a basketball game in Jefferson County went before a judge. Sean Grady is facing charges of assault and attempted murder. Police say he and a group of teens were playing basketball when he and 2 others took out guns and shot and killed one of the other teenagers. Then he was accused of shooting 2 others who were trying to run from the gunfire. The judge set his bond at $500,000. Friends, family, and strangers all got together to remember and honor a teenager who was killed in a crash in Boyd County. Bike riders gave Isaiah Dinger McCoy a heartfelt send-off with a final ride. The 18-year-old was killed in a motorcycle crash last week on State Route 5. Dozens gathered at Ram's Dairy Bar and rode together to his funeral.
Anytime he walked into a room, he lit it up. Somebody 17, 18 years old that touched the lives of so many, not just in this city, or this county. We've got people from Ohio coming, West Virginia. It's great for everybody to get around and show their support, and for Isaiah and his family and his fiancee.
Isaiah was getting ready to begin his senior year at Raceland High School this fall. Some children tend to spend much of their time these days on mobile devices. A new national survey finds that by age 8, 1 in 4 kids have their own cell phone, and half have their own tablet or mobile device. With the increase in mobile technology use, parents might feel pressure to get their child a device. One developmental behavioral pediatrician says parents considering a phone for their child need to think about safety.
This device needs to have a time and a place in your home. It can't just be used anytime, anywhere. These devices are so fun. They're engineered to grab our attention and hold on to it. So if you don't create boundaries about what's important in your life, the tech can take over.
The study also shows 4 in 5 parents were concerned about their children having too much screen time. However, 3/4 of parents also recognize the potential for learning and making connections. The Hazard Police Department is looking toward the future as they get ready for some new initiatives. Hazard Police Chief Zach Miller says the department joined the Boys and Girls Club of Perry County for Heroes Week on Thursday. He says some of the best parts of working in Hazard include getting to be an integral part of the community and participating in events that bring folks together.
We've got getting ready for Black Go Festival. We're getting ready for back to school events. So we've got a couple of events scheduled. We've just not released what they're going to be just yet.
Yeah.
Miller says he's looking forward to the upcoming events and is excited to share the details with folks in Hazard soon. A statewide group that supports the families of fallen firefighters, police officers, and EMS made a stop in Lexington this morning. It was the Kentucky Brotherhood's first honor stop of the day, and it was for Lexington Police Traffic Guard James Holland. The group then went to Fire Station 3 in Georgetown and then on to the Kentucky Firefighters Memorial in Frankfort. After years of talk and negotiations, General Electric and the city of Somerset have hit a home run. WYMT's Caroline Mueller tells us how the city scored the old GE ball fields for just $1.
For generations of Somerset families, GE Field was a staple, the kind of place where childhoods were made and communities came together.
Either you've played ball here, you've watched a brother or sister play ball here, or maybe you ran track and cross country.
Overgrown and unused for years, this field behind me once echoed with the sounds of kids playing ball. Now it's on track for a major comeback.
We had a number that we were happy to pay. They were honestly kind in the negotiation to begin with. But after our tornado, our community and neighboring communities were hit really hard. And they just came back and said, you know what? If you'll commit to putting that money that you were going to pay us into these fields, you can just have them.
The donation comes after 6 years of pushing for a deal. Now the city owns 15 acres to be preserved for recreational use. Mayor Keck says nothing's final yet, but softball is a strong possibility.
But we've seen explosive growth in softball, and I would love for our young girls to have an opportunity to have a facility of their own.
SPEDA President Chris Girdler says the rest of GE's property could be a boost for the local economy.
It also is a piece of property that has water, sewer, natural gas, and has a railroad spur entering the property. So it's a very valuable piece of ground where we're going to be able to attract, hopefully, a future employer to come in and utilize that. So this really is a win-win-win for the community as a whole.
For now, city officials say this gift is a chance to restore a special place and build something new.
Another opportunity for kids to have something to do, and then another venue to bring people together.
The city hopes to see the fields back in use by next spring and is asking folks to share ideas for what comes next. In Somerset, Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
And if you have ideas for the future of the GE Fields, you can contact the mayor or city council members to get involved. A special afternoon celebration of recovery, community, and connection for some in Madison County. The Liberty Place Recovery Center for Women in Richmond hosted an open house this afternoon. Attendees got guided tours of the facility, met team members, and heard the stories of women in recovery. Megan Ritchie says the program has saved her life, not once, but twice.
We come from broken homes. We come from non-structured environments. Coming to into a loving place where the staff treats you amazingly, gives you structure, guides you on what you need to do, what you don't need to do. It is immensely positive to myself and to every woman here.
Liberty Place is a long-term recovery program providing hope and support for those seeking recovery. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the Appalachian Arts Alliance is hosting a theater camp where you can catch the students' final performance. Coming up.
And we're continuing to track those chances for storms across eastern Kentucky.